They try to carry me under, dirt on my name, they try to bury me under. It's either weld or it's nothing. I can't go back to the struggle, she closed the door, I can't go back to my mama. It's either weld or it's nothing. My kids depend on me home, and long as I'm living, they will never be hungry. It's either weld or it's nothing.
My name is Brandon Green, been a welder for 15 years. And the purpose of this channel is I want to show y'all how I'm making 6 figures a year. All right. So, I see a lot of people just in the comments of other pages and whatnot. They're in the comments and they're like, oh, how could you make, 6 figures a year? I just got out of school and I can't get a job and blah, 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 and they're in disbelief that you can make 6 figures a year. And to me, so they think that the people saying you can make that much are crazy. And to me, I think that they're crazy. I'm like, well, what are y'all doing? Because, I've been welding 15 years, but right from the first year, I was making 6 figures. Now, I understand that, a lot of shop jobs, when you do like shop jobs and you're doing a non-critical type of thing, if you're just welding, dumpsters or something all day, they're just paying the lower amount of money. But when you do, critical welding, so if you're doing pipe welding, working in these plants and whatnot, like I was doing, and actually that's how I started off, was doing pipe welding and being in the plants. So I guess I kind of got to skip the line as far as going through the motions of doing the shop jobs and all of those type of jobs. So yeah, I've been making 6 figures a year since the first year. Now, so I've been welding 15 years, but for the last 3 years, I've been doing my own thing and having my own mobile welding business. So this is my garage. Love the garage. I learned how to weld in the garage. So that's part of the Weld Scholars thing is, to teach y'all how to weld and then teach you how to make 6 figures. But right here in my garage, I fabricate all types of stuff, gates and, chairs. People would call me, they need metal chairs. It's a lot of different stuff, I get some crazy requests. I had somebody, they wanted 8-foot tall numbers. So, I'm like, okay, cool. And I actually ended up selling them every number 1 through 0, and I charged them $250 a number. And they was like, well, what about the easy numbers? And I said, we'll just do $250 because then that compensates for the hard numbers. So I ended up selling them 1 through 0, 8-foot tall numbers. They actually had like a party decoration business, and they put what do you call it? Like the balloons and whatnot they put on the big things. I had to make them stand up and all of that stuff. But either way, make a lot of stuff right here in the garage. So I just kind of want to show y'all how I do it. Everybody does it their own way. Everybody has their own different philosophies and whatnot. I don't claim to be the greatest welder, but guess what? I made 6 figures from year 1. All right. And to be honest, I don't even think that's about being the top welder. It's about playing the game the right way. So what I'm doing now is, pretty much mobile welding, and actually I think I'm at about $250,000 for this year. Now, obviously that, but $250,000 collected. That obviously doesn't mean I kept all of that money. You got the expenses and materials and different things, different expenses, of course, but I definitely made for myself over 100,000 still. So I kind of just want to show y'all how to do that. So what I'm thinking is, over the next 30 days, pretty much is just, day by day, unless I take a day off, but either way, it'd be 30 days, but just to kind of show y'all what I'm doing, getting these deals. So right now I use Thumbtack and Angie List Home Advisor a lot. They send a lot of good leads. Now, even with that, I seen a lot of people, they were like, oh, Angie List and Home Advisor, they're terrible and blah, blah, blah. Like if you look at the reviews. But I think there was 2 things that worked for me because I make a ton, really, literally, I made pretty much all of that money from Angie List and Home Advisor. I'm sorry, mainly Thumbtack actually. Angie List and Home Advisor actually sends even more leads than Thumbtack sends. So, and just to give an example, you might pay $20 for a lead, But there was one lead I paid $20 on, and I literally made $50,000 on a lead that I paid for $20. So you'll see a lot of people there in the in the reviews and whatnot, saying that these services don't work. Oh, don't use them, they're terrible, blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is, at least for welding, it works. Now, if you're a photographer or something like that, maybe it doesn't work as great. But for welding, it definitely works. And now another caveat to that is I'm in a city, so I'm in Houston, Texas, but I think that this would work at least by any area where there's enough people, so if you're by any of the cities, even if you're near the city, there's plenty. Obviously here in Houston, I'm not doing not even 1% of all the metal work going on, and I was able to rake in, $250,000 in processed money, So yeah, I want to show y'all what I'm doing with all of that, and just really so this is mainly geared towards the people that went to school and can't find a job, can't make no money, but they know how to weld. And with this type of stuff that I'm doing, you don't even need to have no like high level welding. Gates and fences and stuff, it's not high level welding, it's not a critical weld, but you can make great money with it. So with this type of welding, you just need to know basic like MIG flux core, so I'm gearing this towards people that want to, either people that want to learn how to weld, people that already know how to weld and want to make more money, or even maybe for the guys that were like me, that was traveling a lot as a pipe welder, but wanted to be home with their kids more. So even for those guys that want to try to, be home, and I'll show you my formula of what I'm doing, and it works for me, So today the job is it's just like some fence panels, There's a few fence panels the guy needs changed. I charged them $1,000. They talked me down. It's Christmas, and da. They talked me down, but I'll still make $600 on it. It'll probably take me about 3, maybe 4 hours. So I'll make $600 in 3 or 4 hours. Which really I could have even made more, and there has been times that I made more. So. And you'll see a lot of these, you're going to see them firsthand. You're going to see from, everything that I really do, to get these jobs and to make this money. So yeah, we're going to go head over to the first job, and I'll show you what I'm doing, show you how the job gets done. All right. Now we're here at TS Distributors. They sell a lot of different metal products. Get the fence panels and everything. Nice place over here on the north side of Houston. What's this guy up to? They got some nice welding behavior on the wall there. A lot of different type of stuff here at this place. It's not like the regular steel suppliers. A lot of different fancy, stuff. Got the nice Miller wall over here, all the Miller hoods. So here, we just came to the steel supplier. This is one of them, just to get some fence panels. See, the fence panels are already built. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the stuff. Gotta pull around back to pick the stuff up. But I was just thinking, I think that this, like people were like, oh, the different, what do you call it, like Thumbtack and these type of services, you know, people think like, oh, they don't work and this and that. But again, I just think that welding, you know, it's a little bit more rare to be able to get welders. So I was thinking like an example is, you know, so if you know, sometimes, you know, at least down here in Houston, you know, you go to Home Depot and there's a whole bunch of people in the parking lot looking to do work. And you pull up and you're like, hey, can y'all paint? Every one of them, 100 of them. Yeah, I can paint. Can y'all do woodwork? 90% of them. Yeah, I can. You know, but then you ask them, hey, can any of y'all do metal work or weld? All hands go down. So, you know, I think that's why it works good with welding. You know, it's not like there's just no welders, of course, but it's just not as many, you know. And even if I teach 1,000 of y'all how to do this, it's not gonna change because there's just so much metal. You know, even right here. Let me see. So you see, you know, all these fences, all of this stuff, everything, all the metal has to be done. So let me go ahead and get this.
What we got, bud?
What's up, man?
Okay.
So he gonna go ahead and pull the stuff. We'll load it on the back of the truck. So yeah. I mean, it's just real good. So I'm gonna sit here and wait for a minute. Here, I'll show y'all some of this stuff. So this place is called TS Distributors in Houston. You know, they got a lot of like different stuff. You know, they got these fence panels. You know, they got like the stainless steel rails and stuff like that. But you see all the fence panels here. You know, and inside of here they got, you know, metal, just a lot of different stuff. They have locks, all the gate accessories, some metal, stuff like that. So you can see this guy here got his stuff loaded on top of the truck. So here we are at this customer's house. So all of this, just this fence, small little fence panel out here is going to get changed out. Just real rusted. You see, it's rusted and beat up, falling apart. Yeah, it doesn't take much time to take all this out and put new stuff in. You see, it's just all falling apart. All right, so got all the material dropped off over there. Also, the neighbor came and wanted to do theirs too. So I'll go back there tomorrow and do those jobs. So today be pretty good. It'll be all right, you know. So it'll be $1,200 collected for today. So you know, I also got a couple guys that work for me. So both of them were doing some other jobs, but yeah, so not bad. $1,200 today. We'll see what we get to tomorrow. Should probably be another $1,200 to $1,500 collected tomorrow. Yeah, and then some new leads came in. You know, obviously being in the city. Let me show y'all where. You know, well, being in the city. I think, you know, there's, like I say, you know, a lot of metal. You know, there's metal all over the place here. So, you know, there's always, you know, a ton of work. Like I said, which I'd imagine it'd be like that in most cities. But yeah, so today was pretty good, not too bad. You know, but if you do the math, obviously, you know, if it was, you know, those type of days, which a lot of times they are, you know, 1,000, 1,200. You know, sometimes I'll do jobs that'll take me, you know, 30 minutes and I'll make $250. You know, that's the minimum that I charge is $250. So even if the job takes me 5 minutes, you know, the minimum is $250. So yeah, keep y'all updated. So tomorrow you'll be able to see doing that job over there and what that's like, and actually, you know, doing one of these type of jobs. Now again, you know, this is residential type of jobs. You know, obviously you get into the commercial jobs, you're looking at, you know, a lot more. You know, so like the lead I was telling y'all about that was $20. You know, I made $50,000 off of that because it was a commercial job. You know, which maybe I'll make a video about that or something. You know, just kind of showing what that was. But okay, all right, yeah. So talk to y'all tomorrow. I gotta say the little thing. You know, go ahead and click the like button or subscribe. All right, talk to y'all tomorrow.